They said loudly and boldly to the entire world, here in this new nation of America, we don't want kings.
Federal troops brought death and terror to the streets of Minneapolis. Well, they picked the wrong city. And for those who gave their lives, Renee Good, mother of 3, brutally murdered, Alex Preddy, VA nurse, executed by ICE, shot in the back and left to die in the street without even the decency of our lawless government investigating their deaths.
Millions of Americans swept U.S. cities with slogans of "No Kings" amid the debilitating U.S.-Iran war and immigration crackdown. March 28th marked the biggest anti-Trump wave of "No Kings" protests. At least 7 million shouting, displaying "No Kings" placards on streets. While the protest was organized all over the US and Europe, Minnesota took center stage. The historic protest comes at a time when the US government is facing resistance on 2 levels. The one being the US war with Iran, and the other is Trump's border policy enforcement, especially ICE. Star celebrities and politicians like Bruce Springsteen, Tim Walz, and Jane Fonda flocked to the stage condemning ICE killings. The No Kings rally was sparked by the recent killing of Renee Good and Alex Petty in January 2026 by ICE agents. The US previously saw a massive outbreak in Minnesota over the unfortunate killings of its citizens. Bruce Springsteen and Tim Walz heavily criticized Trump for recklessly enforcing immigration law and mishandling of citizens. Immigration and Custom Enforcement, called as ICE, was the primary target of the No Kings protest.
We demand justice for Renee Good and Alex Preddy. We demand justice for every single person who was hurt or traumatized. Welcome to the freest state in the nation. A state where you love who you choose to love. A state where you make your healthcare decisions. A state where you worship or not according to your own beliefs. And maybe most importantly, a state where everyone belongs.
Currently, the US is experiencing the longest partial shutdown over DHS funding as Democrats refuse to fund ICE and Border Patrol along with the Homeland Security Department. The Democrat senators want massive changes in ICE and Border Patrol functioning before they are funded. Apart from tensions at home, US citizens have found themselves in the middle of a month-long war with Iran. The US and Israel launched joint military strikes against Iran on February 28th. The war has not only brought uncertainties and casualties, but has also shot up fuel and food prices. The slogan "No Kings" is the symbolic resistance against the alleged authoritarian behavior of the US President Donald Trump. The slogan "No Kings" holds a deeper historical symbol. It checks the centralization of power and the monarchical patterns of ruling by modern governments. The crowd from the rally stated that America belongs to the will of the people and not to the president's whims and fancies. The No Kings rally targets authoritarianism. It stands against the values of precedent over people. The movement has grown massively since its first wave in 2025. The groups have consistently protested against the concentration of powers in the hands of White House. Championing democracy and freedom, the protesters hailed equality for all. The Trump administration was heavily criticized for its border policies against immigrants in the USA. The No Kings protest is a nationwide progressive-led protest. It was organized by a coalition of more than 200 groups. Grassroots political group 50501 was the key organizer of this protest. It organized and collaborated with similar groups against the policies of the Donald Trump administration. Initially started in the US, the protest has now become global. Similar protests were organized in Europe and Latin America. The protest has rooted itself among the people as a non-violent way of expressing grievances against the government. One of the major fueling reasons for the nationwide protests was the ongoing US-Iran war. People disapproved of Trump's strikes on Iran. The war, as described by Americans, is causing inflation. The protesters see the war as an unnecessary burden on them, as it is pushing up fuel and food costs for consumers. Veteran actor criticized Trump for dragging the US military in Iran war. He supported the No Kings protest, saying if left unchecked, Trump would drag ground troops into Iran. Apart from US foreign policy, the protest attracted people because of Trump's ongoing immigration crackdown. The recent killings in Minnesota and ICE operations are being seen as the state's aggression against the immigrant communities. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, during the protests, declared that Minnesota belongs to all. Democrats have demanded to rein in ICE, citing citizens' safety. ICE officers have been accused of illegal arrests and break-ins. As per reports, in 2026 till now, nearly 70,000 people are under ICE detention. The Trump administration undermined the protest. As per reported sources, a senior White House official said that the government doesn't care about the protest at all.